Good morning. Please stand for the playing of our national anthem.
Hello, and welcome to Sonoran Desert Institute's graduation ceremony honoring our graduating class of 2021. We choose to host these virtually so that our graduates across the U.S. can participate in this special event and to include family and friends as our guests. I think I speak for all of our staff and faculty when I say that seeing our students combine their passion of firearms with a college-level education is tremendously rewarding and demonstrates something that's very unique to SDI. I'm pleased that you've all chosen to participate in this ceremony to recognize your personal achievements, and I welcome you all to this virtual commencement event to honor each of you as a graduate. It's a major accomplishment that comes with a significant commitment of time and effort from each student, as well as support from family, friends, and others that may have made compromises during your studies. Today, we recognize you for completing the requirements of your program of study and any honors you received as part of your educational success. So welcome, and I'll turn it over to our VP of Academic Affairs, Mike Olson, to continue with the event and celebrate our graduates.
Thank you, Madam President. And greetings, School of Firearms Technology graduating class of 2021. Like Ms. Lee said, I'm Mike Olson. I'm SDI's Vice President of Academic Affairs. I've been with SDI for about 7 years. And during that time, a running theme among my friends and colleagues and students has been that very passion Tracy spoke about for the subject that you all study. Likewise, the passion that our faculty and staff have for educating and supporting our students is a distinguishing characteristic of our institution. And during that time, I've developed a passion of my own for distance learning, and I've become what I'd like to think is an emphatic proponent of leading edge pedagogical strategies designed to remove space and time as barriers to a quality education. I tell you all this because it's today at this ceremony that I feel the first time that I've felt disadvantaged being in the distance ed space. Honestly, the one thing that could make this experience better for me, and I know I speak for my friends and colleagues, would be to have you here with us so that I could look you in the eye and shake your hand when I congratulate you. Like the learning that occurs at SDI though, my pride and respect and admiration for your accomplishments and all of you today is not diminished at all by the spatial and temporal gap between us. Hardly a week goes by that I don't hear from some student or alumnus how their experiences at SDI have changed them, have impacted their life, often in transformative ways. And it's those moments that frankly get me out of bed in the morning and cause me to come to work and maintain that commitment to continuous improvement, to developing more and better curriculum and reaching more students. And this commencement event today is the threshold to those moments. It's the culmination of your hard work and accomplishments, and it's the ceremonial acknowledgement of your determined commitment to your goals. It's important to remember, though, that this event is just that, a ceremonial acknowledgement. This isn't about the end of your tenure at school being over, but rather the next chapter in your life starting. Remember, to commence is to begin, not to end. Every time one of you gets a job in the industry about which you're passionate, gets that promotion that you've been gunning for, pun maybe intended, goes on to more advanced educational opportunities, or just realizes your goals as a hobbyist and a firearms enthusiast, those are the moments when your accomplishments really manifest. And those are the moments that really become your commencement. I'd love us all to think that lifelong learning then is not just a buzz phrase used among academicians, but really the integration of your academic and vocational passions and pursuit with the other parts of your life. So today, when I say congratulations, I want to extend that sentiment to every day when you achieve your goals. And I want to move it retroactively back to that first moment from when you really committed to those. And I want to thank you for letting myself, my colleagues, and all at SDI be a part of that commitment. So welcome to the School of Firearms Technology commencement for the class of 2021. And again, I say congratulations, and it is my honor to present to you our Dean of the School of Firearms Technology, Mr. Jared McNeely.
Thank you, Mr. Olson. Hello, SDI graduates. I commend you on your dedication to complete your education. I understand that it is not easy. Often you are balancing your educational pursuits with all of the other things that you must tackle in life. The long nights of studying after children have gone to bed, the quick study sessions that happen between military duties or on breaks and at lunches of a full-time job. All these instances have led to today, and I admire you for your perseverance and desire to learn a new set of skills. Education is something no person can ever take away from you. So first, I'd like to congratulate you on a goal accomplished. Second, I would like to say welcome to an amazing industry. I think back to when I first started in this trade and the changes that have come about. This is a sensational group to be involved with, and I cannot imagine a better community to grow along with. Finally, I implore you to go out and use your knowledge that you have gained. The skills that you have acquired will perish if you don't continue to practice them and apply them. So I ask each of you to continue to learn and grow in this industry and trade. I expect to see many success stories from our graduates. As you continue to grow, the world around us continues to change. While politics and government seem to always be in the spotlight of our industry, it is important for each of us to remember that our industry has endured many tough times. We will continue to endure, and your education is something that positions you to help maintain the industry we are each so passionate about. There are many frontiers to still be explored. In our industry, I wish all of you successful learning, and I want you to continue to grow and explore this great American tradition. Congratulations, SDI graduates. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you Sasha Gebhardt from our Career Services team.
Hello and good afternoon, class of 2021. Congratulations on one of the biggest accomplishments. I'm sure today will be one of the many proud, successful moments in your life. My name is Sasha Gebhardt, and I am your Career Service Manager. You're about to enter a new journey, whether you're about to open up your own shop, you need help finding a job in the firearms industry, or you haven't figured out what your next move is. Well, do not hesitate to speak with the CSA. I welcome you to stay in touch with us. Join the SDI alumni group on LinkedIn. Please call or email if you have any questions or concerns. Now, I'd like to shift focus for a second. SDI has proudly participated in the DEAC Outstanding Graduate Award Program for a couple of years now. Please join me in congratulating our 2021 DEAC Outstanding Graduate, Mr. David Rains. Before I ask David to come up to the podium, I'd like to take some time to highlight some of David's history and passion for the firearms industry. David was able to complete his advanced gunsmithing certificate in record of time, with many medical hurdles in his way. he managed to persevere and balance work life, home life, and school in hopes of opening his own gun shop one day. Now, he continues to share his success stories with his peers, volunteers at a local youth trap shoot club, and plans on enrolling at SDI to pursue his associate's degree in the firearms technology. With that said, I'd like to present the DAC award to Mr. David Rains. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me here today. Receiving this award is the evidence of an accomplishment I honestly didn't think I would receive. Of course, I had had amazing support from all the instructors here at SDI, as well as my wife, Cassie. At the time of my attendance, my endocrinologist had decided it was time to try and surgically remove the pituitary tumor. I underwent a surgery, but only a small part of that tumor was taken out. And about 6 months later, I went over several hours of gamma knife radiation. With these two obstacles in my way, I honestly didn't know if I could accomplish my dream goal of graduating with my certificate in advanced gunsmithing. I took the advice from teachers, friends, family, and all the staff here at SDI and decided to fully submerge my education and get any and all gun-related material into my head that aligned with the courses I was taking in order to finish on time. I just want to thank everyone for the support that I received during this time.
Congratulations, David.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you. Take this. Hey, thanks again, David, both for joining us and for being such an inspiring representative of our student body and our school. Each year, I have the honor of presenting the DEAC packet to the accreditor for this award. And that means that I actually get to see the award a little bit before most of my colleagues. So that's kind of the plus side of that. The downside is that a small panel and I have the unenviable task of deciding who's going to be the recipient of the award. And usually that means we have to do some sleuthing to find out more about our students and graduates' extracurricular activities, what they're doing outside of the classroom, and what's going on in their lives. We actually discovered David's impressive and remarkable story at our commencement ceremony last year. So this kind of feels like coming full circle with recognition. We were able to celebrate his accomplishments with his classmates at the commencement ceremony and then share his story again through this award to inspire future students and graduates. So one more time, congratulations, David, and thank you so much. At this time, we have the privilege of sharing this celebration with our keynote speaker, a man whose work and influence have been felt throughout the firearms industry for decades. Now, bear with me as I reference my notes because Mr. Lawrence G. Keene, Esquire, has a very impressive CV, and I don't want to mess it up. Mr. Keene is the Senior Vice President for Government and Public Affairs, Assistant Secretary, and General Counsel to the National Shooting Sports Foundation. It's not a stretch to say he serves as the firearms chief spokesperson for all legal, legislative, and regulatory matters. Mr. Keene has extensive experience in firearms legislation, including the drafting of the Protection of Lawful Commerce in Arms Act. He's also co-authored the legal briefs in many landmark Second Amendment cases. Mr. Keene serves as General Counsel and Corporate Secretary to the Sporting Arms and Ammunition Manufacturers Institute, which we all know as SAMI. He's a member of the board of the Congressional Sportsmen's Foundation, and he acts as both a member of the board of directors and the corporate secretary for Project Child Safe Foundation. Additionally, Mr. Keene has served in numerous government councils relating to the shooting sports, hunting, and defense trades. And in 2014, he was named a top lobbyist for the industry by CEO Update. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Larry Keene.
Thank you, Mr. Olson. And it is really an honor and privilege to be invited to give this commencement address to the graduating class of SDI. So let me just begin by congratulating the graduates on achieving your goal and welcome you into the firearms industry. You're now embarking upon your career, but you're not just embarking on your career. And the industry isn't just an industry. It's a passion, it's a calling. And you, whether you know it or not, are now on the front lines of a culture war in the United States. The Second Amendment is under attack in our country. And I'm sure you're probably aware of that because you just have to turn on the news to see it. Whether that's the President of the United States calling the industry the enemy or making falsehoods during his State of the Union address the other day, for example, saying that the Protection of Lawful Commerce and Arms Act prevents any lawsuits against the industry, something for which he has been fact-checked multiple times and received many Pinocchios, but yet he continues to repeat that lie. That may sound harsh, but unfortunately, it's true. Or the announcement of zero tolerance policies by ATF to revoke the license of FFLs for simple paperwork errors, or whether it's the government of Mexico suing the firearms industry in federal court, blaming the industry for the criminal misuse of firearms by drug cartels in Mexico who illegally smuggle those firearms into Mexico, or whether it's legislation that's hostile to the Second Amendment. Just last night, the state of Washington passed a law to ban the size of magazines and to restrict the size of your magazines, the standard capacity magazines, or new regulations that we see coming from ATF on frames or receivers, so-called ghost guns, or on stabilizing arm braces and others. We also see this attack coming from the private sector, woke capitalism, banks, insurance companies, financial service providers, social media platforms, and others refusing to provide goods and services to members of the industry simply because they're in the industry and simply because they are engaged in the lawful commerce of firearms and ammunition products, which is constitutionally protected by the Second Amendment. They seek to impose boardroom gun control behind closed doors and subvert the will of the people through the legislature. So it's vital as you embark on your career that you not hang up your smock and put your tools away at the end of the day. I implore you, you must become engaged in this struggle to protect the Second Amendment and, in fact, to protect your career that you've invested in now to embark upon. It's critically important that you be informed, that you participate in the political process. That means calling your legislators, calling your governor, whether it's the city council or it's members of Congress or your senators or your governors. You must become politically involved and engaged. Write, call, attend hearings if you can. Join relevant organizations, the National Rifle Association, Firearms Policy Coalition, or many others that are out there that support the Second Amendment, or conservation organizations if you're a hunter, or shooting sports organizations as well. It's critical you become involved. Otherwise, the Second Amendment rights will be diminished in the United States. And I think you just need to turn on the TV to see what's going on in the Ukraine, to understand why it is we have a Second Amendment in the United States. Now, I've painted a pretty dark and gloomy picture for you about what's going on in the United States. But it is, I can assure you, not all doom and gloom. In fact, just the last 2 years shows that. We have seen record sales of firearms and ammunition in the United States. Unprecedented. We've seen in the last 2 years about 14 million Americans exercise their Second Amendment rights for the first time. And what's really encouraging and important to note is who is buying these firearms. record number of women buying firearms, record numbers of African Americans exercising their Second Amendment rights, record numbers of Asians, record numbers of Hispanic and Latinos buying firearms for the first time. And why are they buying firearms? Chiefly for self-protection, but also to participate in the shooting sports. Shooting sports activity has grown tremendously in the last several years. Just try to go to a public shooting range or private shooting range on a weekend. They're packed with people participating in the shooting sports. And hunting, over the past 2 years, we've seen a resurgence in hunting. Just look at the hunting license sales that have increased significantly, turning around a long, slow decline. People are now participating in hunting like never before in the United States, and that's very encouraging. And in fact, as a consequence of all this economic activity, the industry has contributed $1.1 billion last year through the Pittman-Robertson excise tax collected on the sale of commercial firearms and ammunition. And that is the primary source of wildlife conservation funding in the United States, and the industry is rightfully very proud of that. So, and we see changes to laws like constitutional carry, sweeping the country. For example, in Georgia, I am very confident the legislature will put on Governor Brian Kemp's desk constitutional carry in Georgia. And I am confident, because I've spoken with him personally, he will sign that bill. We see progress in Alabama and elsewhere. So it is not all doom and gloom, but there is a cultural war going on in the United States, and firearms and the Second Amendment are very much part of that cultural war. So I would encourage you again to become involved. Join, for example, the National Shooting Sports Foundation, which is your industry's trade association. You are entering into your career, you are entering into a new industry. And I will tell you, having spent a long time in the industry, it is an amazing industry filled with amazing, passionate, kind, giving people. And I am sure you will thoroughly enjoy your experiences, but it is really important that you give back, that you become a part of this community, and it will embrace you, and you will have a long, fantastic career. I want to close again by congratulating you on your achievement in graduating, and welcome you to the industry, and to wish you good luck in your career. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Keene, for your message and attending our commencement today. Good afternoon, Ms. Lee, distinguished guests, and graduates of the Sonoran Desert Institute. I'm Walter Howard, the Director of Military and Veteran Services and the staff advisor for SDI's chapter of the Salute Veterans National Honor Society. In addition to recognizing graduates for degree conferral, it is equally important to acknowledge our student veterans that served honorably and completed their academic requirements with honors. Salute stands for service, academics, leadership, unity, tribute, excellence. These values are very similar to those that help mold us as members of our armed forces. Service being helpful or selfless, academics researching, learning, and pursuing goals, leadership influencing others to accomplish the mission. Unity being connected and networking, tribute acknowledging others for their contributions, and excellence maintaining a prevailing winning attitude. Salute was formed in 2009 by the Colorado State University Veterans Office thanks to a grant formed by the American Council on Education and the Walmart Foundation. Membership requirements set forth include being enrolled or a graduate of the Associate of Science and Firearms Technology degree program, be in good financial standing, have completed a minimum of 12 credit hours at Sonoran Desert Institute, have a cumulative grade point average of 3.0, and of course being currently serving in the armed forces, whether it be active duty, the National Guard or Reserve, or a veteran with an honorable discharge. I am excited to announce that SDI is one of 375 active college chapters nationwide. And our chapter makes up 183 of over 17,000 members. Our members have been recognized with a letter from our president and a coin and certificate from the Salute Veterans National Honor Society. As a veteran and as a salute member myself, I congratulate you on your outstanding academic achievement and thank you for your service to our nation. Continue to help and lead others in the classroom and in your communities. Today, I would like to acknowledge the following graduates for being Salute Honor Society members. James Ullman, Charles Biddles, Bridger Bush, Patrick Borsheim, Carlos Cordero, Robert Firth, Jesus Garcia Carlo, Cody Hummel, John McKnight, Roger Miller, Kevin Moore, Michael Olson, William Seabreeze, James Stockfleth, and Dotan Truong. In addition to talking about the Salute Veterans Honor Society, I will also have the opportunity to present members for our Delta Epsilon Tau Honor Society. The Delta Epsilon Tau International Honor Society was established in 1997 by the Distance Education Accrediting Commission Board of Trustees in conjunction with the president of the Alpha Beta Kappa National Honor Society to recognize the academic achievements of students participating in distance education. Election into this honor society sets the member apart from other students and clearly demonstrates a serious commitment to distance education and self-study by recognizing superior student academic achievement, character, and leadership. Members of this honor society reflect the concern, modesty, friendly spirit, and good nature that characterize the qualities found in true leaders. Sonoran Desert Institute is proud to sponsor a chapter of the Delta Epsilon Tau Honor Society and nominates worthy graduates that maintain a GPA of 3.5 or higher that have also demonstrated leadership and a commitment to distance education and learning. Membership in the Delta Epsilon Tau Honor Society benefits the SDI graduates by providing national student recognition, letters of reference upon request, and an accolade to reference on a resume, just to name a few. Please join me in congratulating the following Delta Epsilon Tau members of the class of 2021. Jacob Bursch, Patrick Borsheim, Aaron Klaus, Larry Collins, Carlos Cordero, Kyle Ellis, Donald Fincher, Garth Fleener, Jesus Garcia Carlo, Stephen Hooper, Patrick Ivers, Abraham Lippert, Jonathan Maldonado, Christopher McGuckin, Roger Miller, Kevin Moore, Jeffrey Nunley, Kyle Pace, Rachel Rayleigh, Dotan Truong, and Christopher Young. Congratulations to the Delta Epsilon Tau members. And now for the presentation of the graduating class, Dean McNeely.
Thank you, Mr. Howard. SDI graduates, friends and families, thank you again for joining us today. Now comes the moment we've all been waiting for, the presentation of the graduates of the class of 2021. Sonoran Desert Institute began offering the Advanced Gunsmithing Certificate, or AGS as it's known around here, in 2014 as a bridge between the original gunsmithing certificate and the more academically rigorous Associate of Science in Firearms Technology. From the onset, the intent of offering the AGS was to give our students a skills-focused credential that they could potentially achieve in under 1 calendar year, while still earning credit towards their degree if that's something they so elected to pursue. The Advanced Gunsmithing Certificate consists of 32 semester credit hours and provides the student with a thorough understanding of concepts and applications in the maintenance and care of firearms. As I mentioned, all of the credits earned in the Advanced Gunsmithing Certificate transfer into our associate's program. Caitlin Mullins, registrar for SDI, will read the recipients of the Advanced Gunsmithing Certificate.
John Barron, Nick Bocan, Justine Deutschlander, Jonathan Maldonado, Raul Martinez, Robert Moyer, Benjamin Zucker.
Congratulations, certificate recipients. In the first part of 2020, SDI changed the name of the Advanced Gunsmithing Certificate to the Certificate in Firearms Technology Gunsmithing. We made this shift based on feedback from our students, advisory council, faculty, and members of the industry, both to avoid confusion and to create a consistency in our program naming convention. None of the course offerings, learning objectives, or instructional strategies changed. Only the name of the overall program. The recipients of the Certificate in Firearms Technology Gunsmithing are as follows.
Wesley Aguilar, Lewis Allen, Davin Anspa, Julio Ayala, Jacob Birsch, Derek Blue, Evan Boyd, Ryan Bryant, Darius Cade, Jeff Castleman, Larry Collins, Christopher Elizalde, Kyle Ellis, Patrick Ivers, Renee James, Lorenzo Jones, Eric Colley, David Kent, James Lambert, Albert Larson, Alvin Lee Lindy, Jesse Lunn, Stephen Martinez, Hunter Matheny, Christopher McGuckin, Nicholas Monagold, Brandon Morse, Scott Neal, Robert Owen, Ryan Pape, Rachel Rayleigh, Kyron Ricks, Juan Rodriguez, Andrew Schermerhorn, Matt Spradley, Brandylin Stevens, Evan Strubinger, Chris Walker, Forrest Whitaker, Rachel Woodward,
Congratulations, certificate recipients. The Associate of Science in Firearms Technology degree is our flagship program and traces its roots before our current institutional leadership. We have always taken pride in our effort to offer programs that combine technology-based content and academic rigor, preparing our students for continued education or opportunities within the firearms industry. It is the highest credential currently conferred by SDI and provides the students with a thorough understanding of concepts and applications in the maintenance, care, repair, and customization of firearms. The program has a strong focus on gunsmithing, supported by basic general education courses. This program has completed over 60 semester credit hours. The graduates of the Associate of Science in Firearms Technology degree program are as follows.
James Allman, Tyler Anderson, Joshua Arcedino, John Bagwell, John Barron, Howard Bell, Douglas Bergner II, Charles Biddles, David Bowling, Patrick Borshim, Lance Brower, Curtis Brown, Patrick Brown, Kyle Burris, Bridger Bush, Zachary Capps, Sean Carey, Devin Castile, Michael Cherry, Aaron Claus, Alberto Contreras, Carlos Cordero, Alicia Davis Saunier, Eric DeHaven, Charles Dean, Corbin Deem, Umberto Dovalina Jr., James Duckworth Jr., Brian Duncan, Salvatore Evangelista, James Everman, Nicholas Fennelly, Luis Fernandez, Donald Fincher, Garth Fleener, Anthony Franks, Robert Firth, Jesus Garcia, William Garris, Dylan Gibson, Justin Williams, Charles Guillory, Tristan Hayden, Paul D. Hennigan, Chad Hickey, Stephen Hooper, Nathan Hugg, Kevin Hewlett, Cody Hummel, Cody Isles, William Illingworth, Damian Jackson, Justin Johnson, Ernest Jones, Joseph Krylik, Brian Kruger, Kenneth Lambert, Richard Lawrence, Aaron Laudman, Shane Layton, Abraham Lippert, Jesse Lunn, Raymond Martinez, Jeff Mason, James McAllister, Justin McDougall, Catherine McIntosh, John McKnight, Dylan McLean, Aaron McCullough, Zachary Melgaris, Roger Miller, Kevin Moore, Kyle Morissette, Nicholas Mullins, Ethan Nichter, Robert Ninsick, Alexander Nunez, Jeff Nunley, Michael Olson, Tucker Ozerchuk, Kyle Pace, Travis Pfeiffer, John Pierce, Michael Potts, Jordan Pratt, John Premo, Christopher Reilly, William Rush, William Seabreeze, Timothy Sinkowski, James Seymour, Jordan Sheldon, David Shoemaker, Colton Smith, Gabriel Swallow, Matthew Solis, Christopher Spence, Cassandra Stankiewicz, John Steiner, James Stockfleth, Brent Summers, Ross Sundberg, Delbert Swan, Sean Terry, Keith Thayer, Charles Thompson, Andy Town, Doton Truong, Mark Van Fossen, Matthew Van Wagner, Samuel Webster, Amber Working, Justin Lee Wilson, Ryan Walmer, Christopher Young,
Thank you, Ms. Mullins, and congratulations degree recipients. Last but not least, I would like to honor a very important recipient of credentials at Sonoran Desert Institute. To date, SDI has only conferred honorary credentials posthumously. So please join me for a brief moment of silence as we honor class of 2021 graduate, Stefan Morgan. Congratulations, graduates. I'm honored and humbled to confer upon each of you your respective credentials with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Mr. Olson, would you finish out today's celebration with some final words?
Thank you, Mr. McNeely. And actually, before I get started with my closing statement, I meant to say earlier after Mr. Rains joined us, if anybody would like to see the DEAC outstanding graduates of years past, you just go to DEAC's website, deac.org, and under the media and events tab, you'll be able to access all of those outstanding graduates. There's some really inspiring stories in there. Okay, so today we have publicly celebrated the accomplishments of our graduating class of 2021. And we have shared that celebration with our friends, our colleagues, our family, and our extended family at Sonoran Desert Institute. And usually these types of closing statements and speeches have some sort of a now go out and conquer the world moment. But that would feel a little bit out of touch considering that many of you graduated months ago and are already out there leaving your mark. So instead, I want to use this opportunity to sincerely thank each and every one of you for sharing your passion with us at SDI and for letting us be a part of your achievement and your commitment to your goals. I also want to thank my colleagues, especially those on the graduation committee, who worked untold hours of overtime to make this commencement ceremony a possibility. And of course, we all thank our keynote speaker, Mr. Keene, and our outstanding graduate, Mr. Rains, for agreeing to take time out of their busy schedules to come and hang out with us today. Please stay in touch, either through your career services advisor, social media, or through whatever point of contact you have the best relationship with at SDI. We want to know what's going on with you as you continue your journey as SDI alumni. And right now, we're opening a separate Zoom room for students, rather for graduates, who would like to stick around and have a virtual meet and greet. I think the link is in the chat, but we're also posting it there again. So please, we'd love to see you there. And one more time, congratulations. Thank you so much. And I wish you the greatest success in your ongoing endeavors.